Hello everyone! Now that Waves oversampling video has done very well and you're all interested in it, and it seems like everybody's getting MetaPlugin now and oversampling the Waves plugins after that video. So I do suggest you check that out. But today I'm going to be telling you how you can actually, via MetaPlugin, you can actually create your own oversampled Waves libraries. Let's do it. So first things first, how do you get Waves plugins? Everybody's been asking me, how do you get Waves plugins to load into MetaPlugin? Because everybody's been having a bit of a hard time. So first off, you need to make sure that the plugins are either VST or VST3. Now in Waves version 10 and above is going to be VST3. Waves version 9, they're going to be just VST. Okay, now what I do suggest that you do, because like I had kind of really old files from when I used it 5-6 years ago. So probably the best way to do it is just to clear everything. Just clear everything in MetaPlugin, right? You click the clear button, take it all away. Then from there, what you're best to do is you're best to scan all VST3 plugins. Just scan all VST3 plugins, okay? Now, if all your plugins are version 10 and above, then it's going to be fine. Everything will load in MetaPlugin, no problem, okay? Now, if you do a scan and that doesn't work, which happened to me, what you've got to do is, this is where it comes a pain in the backside. Now you've got to uninstall all of your Waves plugins and reinstall them. Right, you've got to do a full uninstall via Waves Central and then reinstall them all again. So when I then done the VST3 scan, it's shown up all the V10 plus plugins. I had the gold bundle from Waves and that got about like 20-30 plugins in it. Okay, so I needed that to work. Okay, now the annoying thing is what, again, with this whole Waves update plan thing, right, I don't want to get in it because it just annoys us speaking about it. But if you have not utilised the Waves update plan and you've still got Waves version 9 plugins, then when you do your full uninstall, to get it to load, the VSTs to load into MetaPlugin is really annoying, right? What you've got to do is you've got to do an offline install, right? Waves Central, because they're pushing the update plan so much, you cannot install, okay, Waves version 9 plugins. It won't do it. They call it legacy plugins, versions, and it will not let you install it in Waves, and it's really annoying. So you've got to do what's called an offline install. You have to install a 3.1 gigabyte folder. It'll take about maybe 10-15 minutes depending on your broadband, okay? 3.1 gigabyte just to install Waves version 9, your old version of your plugins. Then from there you go on your Waves Central, okay, and then you've got an offline mode you can use. So they say you go to offline, set up, you select that folder, okay, that you downloaded, the 3.1 gigabyte, and then you follow it from there, you install those plugins that you've got a license for, and then it should automatically show up. What's very important to know is when you press the scan button in MetaPlugin, it searches certain folders. So you've got to tell it which folder to look in. So you've got to pick the right folder to tell MetaPlugin to look in, which for Waves is a pain in the hoop because you've got to find the Wave shell of their old version. So you go on Program Files, Wave shell version 9, you select that, it'll scan, and then all of the VSTs will show up. And once you're done, once it's installed, you can then delete that 3.1 gigabyte file. Okay, so you have all your Waves, your version 9, version 10 and above loaded into MetaPlugin. It's there. If you follow my steps, it should be in there. Okay, so we've done that hard bit. Now let's just wrap up the rest of the video, right? Because it's not going to take that long. So from there, all you've got to do is you've got to ensure that you've got the right oversampling. So you go in the right hand corner, okay, in the top right hand corner, you'll notice that there's like a real-time button. Now the real-time button is going to be real-time oversampling. You've got an offline mode which you can use. Now you're going to be fine with the real time, because what you need to know is that Waves plugins, if you watched the earlier video, Waves plugins are only supported up to certain sample rates. So I work at 48k, okay? So if the plugin is, and again, I'll leave a link down below, okay? Check the link down below and that'll tell you all the sample rates that Waves audio plugins are supported to. So for a lot of plugins, it's 96k. Some compressors can go up to 192k. So if you're at 48k session and it's 96 kilohertz, be times 2 real times oversampling, and if it's 192 it'll be times 4. Times 4 is the most you're ever going to get. Okay, now just remember, it's very important that all the plugins you stick in here are supported to the right sample rate, okay? Say, for example, the Waves CLA3A or the Waves API 560 EQ, they're supported up to 192K. So if you were to do a preset that had times 4, which is on a 48K session, 192K, then what you're going to find is if you then stick a plugin that's only supported up to 96K, then what you're going to find happening is it's going to double the frequencies and it's going to sound weird. So it's best to have your presets all within the same sample rate that they're supported to, okay? So the Waves VEQ is all supported up to 96K, which is times 2. So it's really simple. All you do is you just drag them across, and then there you go. It's as simple as that. Then all you need to do is you just need to get your little virtual cables, which one up you want to use, stick it to your output, or you can, even better, you can chain them. You can go, I want to use the VEQ4 with the VComp after it, or again, you can chain them differently and have them before and after. You can do what you like, and then from there you can save that as a template and go back to it, and you can then just like default everything, just save it. So for me, I've just got it saved. What have we got again? Yeah, I think it's just Waves Neve. So that all my Neve Waves plugins are all oversampled to the same, and whichever one I want to use, I know when I use it, it's at the right sample rate, the optimum sample rate. It's oversampled to as much as it could physically be, and I'm getting the best sound out of that plugin, and it's in one click of a button. Load it, pick which one I want, job done. Now, another little good use that I quite like is, for example, if you kind of use certain reverbs and delays. So for example, I use H delay, sometimes might use R-verb if I want like a really quick reverb, and also love Abbey Road chambers as well. So for example, again, they are all oversampled up to 96K. So for example, I've just done it really simple. I've went back to it, I've put the H delay, the Abbey Road, and I've also got the R-verb in as well, times 2 in, and it's as simple as that. Dragged in, save it, and I've got it as Waves, verb and delay or something like that, and again, that's saved. So all my verbs and delays that I use from Waves are all in the same place, and if I want to use them again, just get the virtual cabling and use whatever I want. It's as simple as that. Now, the last thing that I kind of need to mention that's quite important, that there is a difference between mono and stereo, okay? The routing is mono and stereo. Now, what you've got to make sure is that when you're saving a stereo template, okay, that the tracks you're putting in are stereo. I don't know if it would work, because the good thing with MetaPlugin is you can have a mono, okay, a mono plugin, and you can split it into stereo. But I don't know if it would work. To me, it's probably just better just to load the stereo version of it in. It'll take you a couple of seconds. So again, take those mono ones out, put the stereo ones in, left, right. If you want to use a mono instance, you've got it there. If you want to use a stereo instance, you've got that there as well. You click it, one click of a button, mono, stereo. All done for you, all oversampled. It's just as simple as that. Now, what I've actually done for this is I've actually used it for singular compressors as well. So for example, kind of compressors that I used to use quite a lot, that I'm thinking about going back to again. So for example, the CLA3A, that could be oversampled up to 192K, which is times 4. So again, I just got a separate preset. So all I have to do is go into MetaPlugin, click on the presets, and then find, again, Waves CLA3A, click on it, and then as soon as I go into it, I just need to play about with the settings, and it's already oversampled at 192K. Okay, 192K, and that's the best, that's the optimum performance of that plugin. But once you get it all set up and you've got everything showing up, that's it. You don't need to touch anything else. Again, if you add any other VSTs and stuff like that, you just have to click scan for new or updated plugin. So guys, if you have liked this and this has been handy for you, okay, please pop a like on this video, as it helps the channel and also helps this video to get pushed out by YouTube more, and also leave a comment, let me tell you what you think, right? If it's been handy for you, if you've got any other tricks, and also consider subscribing. Again, videos every single Wednesday, okay, every single Wednesday. There's a Mix Wednesday playlist, plugin shootouts, the lot, loads on there, okay? And yes, I'll see you again hopefully on Mix Wednesdays next week.